Special good morning to one and all. Welcome to another edition of To The Point. Today being Tuesday, the 17th day of October 2023. Happy to be back with you on To The Point once again. I'm GT. I'm your host. I'm going to be with you for the next hour. Once again, welcome. Usually on Tuesdays, we do entertain, of course, a representative from the opposition here in Grenada. But today we don't have anyone representing this morning for various reasons. So it's going to lead to us having an open line. The number 435-2041. Feel free to give me that call, 435-2041. We also have the various options for you to chiming on. It's going to be the Facebook, the Facebook page, the comment section, also the WhatsApp. You could also send your messages via the WhatsApp, and I will certainly throw them out. Once again, good morning to one and all, and welcome to another edition of To The Point here on Classic Radio and GBN TV. Let me say good morning also to those of you via social media platforms. If you are viewing, listening via the Facebook page, the YouTube channels, good morning and welcome to another edition of To The Point. I see my line is already going. Let's go over and see who's on with me this morning. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome. How are you doing this morning?
Morning, GT.
How are you this morning, Auntie? Doing good?
I miss you a whole lot. I miss you.
Oh, really?
All my nice music you give me on morning time. I really miss you. God bless you. Good to hear your voice again.
All right, man. How are you doing this morning?
I'm well at the hanging in there of the Lord, little aches and pain. We're taking it one day at a time.
All right.
Giving it all to Jesus.
All
I want to do all something. I want these people to understand, tomorrow's our C day. They must help the elderly first. They say this one is elderly people month.
All right.
So just look out for them in the best of their ability and treat them right.
All right.
So when I go there, I can't sit down for long, I had so much trouble to get the train before I leave there.
So you need you need that urgent attention.
Yeah.
All right.
Tomorrow, I don't have time, I don't have anybody else to send, so I have to go for it myself. But my photos be sold and something I can sit down for long, when I go there, they give me a number, aged number, whole day I spend inside. I leave in the morning early, and all after 12 are still there. They're not attending to me, and they're treating aged people like if they're nobody.
Right.
We come first in everywhere because we have the world going wrong. We come first in the world to help out.
All right.
They should be helping elderly to seek the interest a little bit more.
Don't worry. That's going to be sorted out, Auntie. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it too much. All right?
All right,
Have a good morning. Take care. Be good.
Good to hear you. God bless you.
Same to you. 435-2041. 435-2041. We're going back to the phone line. It's an open line this morning here on the Classic Radio GBN TV. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, GT, and welcome back. Like the first caller, I miss you.
All right, man. Thank you.
Very much therapy for us. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, this morning I want to talk about a few things.
Go right ahead.
But I want to continue from where I left off last night on Innocent program.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about issues around the date on the celebration of the for First Heroes Day.
Yes.
I want to say that the first thing we should be ashamed of is that for almost 40 years, we have, rather than find a way around this issue, which is very touchy, we have been celebrating the killing of our people by a murderous nation. I mean, look what they're doing the friends are doing in Palestine now. We celebrating at the time they came here. They were in bed with Baby Doc, oppressing the people of Haiti, butchering the people of Haiti, and also supporting the apartheid in South Africa. Yes, we celebrated these people killing our folks. And, my problem is that it seems as though some life is better than others. We, according to the American, 95% of us celebrated their invasion, which killed people in the mental hospital. Also killed one of my heroes, Blundell Church, who I've never had a day when I've not thought about this person. Whether I'm here or abroad, Blundell Church, my living hero, who was killed, one of the first people soldiers to be killed by the Americans.
Mm-hmm.
And we celebrated their killings and condemned our own killing. I mean, it seems paradoxical.
So, caller, before you continue, let me ask you, your issue basically, you prefer October 19th to be celebrated more than the 25th of
Well, not even celebrate. I don't even care if you have a celebration.
So you want to have absolutely nothing to...
39 years or thereabouts, we celebrated the killing of our own people, make all kind of excuse.
So you say there should be no celebrations or anything of that sort, no commemoration of the sort of those dates.
Yeah, no celebration. First of all, if you have to have any celebration, and I don't think you could have celebration for October 19th.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have my own view on, I don't toe the American line, but I don't think we should even celebrate that day. Trust me. But to me, the most insulting thing is to celebrate October 25th. It's interesting that they've been silent on October 25th.
I'm still puzzled by your comments today. Could you still saying October 25th should be celebrated or not celebrated? There shouldn't be anything.
It should never in the first place.
Started it.
Yeah, it should never, because we are celebrating the killing of our own people. We condemn the killing of our people by our people, and we're celebrating the killing of our people by a murderous nation. Something is back. I know people will back at me when I'm finished, but I don't care. It's ridiculous. I mean, it is said that even though the majority of people support the wrong, it doesn't mean that it's right. Something is wrong with our psyche. How could we continue celebrating the killing of our people by outsiders, and continue to condemn the killing of our people by our people? Which killing is more heinous? I mean, more people. And then one other thing, I know I can't say because I get very emotional when this thing comes, is that people keep repeating a lie about countless number of people who died in the fort. Many efforts were done by the invading forces and subsequent government to ascertain the number of people that died. People had they had the opportunity to report people that were missing. Great is a small place. So when we continue to repeat that, I mean, ridiculous lie, countless number of people. I am one of the people who experienced some of the things on the fort. I could have been killed. I have always said that I'm ready and willing to be part of an impartial inquiry, not a flawed inquiry that we had and spend money that up to now we don't even know how much money we spend just as in the stadium when we're on the World Cup cricket. We have to become clear. And to me, if we have to have anything, it must start with reconciliation. It might become like our people. We are still dependent. Like when I'm finished, they'll be backing at me, some of them. But I'm saying that we need to be able to listen to the various point of view. And stop, shutting out people for most of the years with only one view that have been facilitated, even on GBN. So we need to be able to come to the point where we could sit down and say, things were done by our people. But don't pretend that the one that was done days later wasn't even more horrendous than us. For instance, we were robbed of our history. The first thing the invaders did was to destroy Radio Free Grenada, which was the repository of history, oral history. We don't have the benefit of that. And people telling me, God bless who? Let me leave.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good morning. 435-2041. 435. I can feel the emotion in the caller's voice in terms of how he feels about that. He's passionate about it. And don't forget National Heroes Day, the 19th of October. And all Grenadians, you're welcome or you're invited to be part of the inaugural Heroes Day commemorative event. So be part of that, folks. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning and welcome. Good morning to you, caller. How are you this morning? Caller, good morning. Welcome. Hello, good morning. Yes, no one is there. 435-2041. 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. We do have a call online. Caller, good morning. You're welcome. Good morning to you, caller. Guess no one is there. I'm not sure. I don't think it's a problem on my end. Anyway, 435-2041. As I mentioned, National Heroes Day, October the 19th. And all Grenadians are invited to come on to be part of this inaugural Heroes Day commemorative event coming up for you. Lots will be happening on that particular day. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you are so welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yes, National Heroes Day. I cannot associate Heroes Day rate, the worst day in the history of Grenada, as far as I know. A day of slaughter, shock, horror, bewilderment, and a day of incalculable loss by the Grenadian society. What does Heroes Day have to do with that? Are you trying to tell me those who killed, committed mass murder were heroes? Or those who were killed by their own association and built up for 4.5 years? They are the heroes? Just who are the heroes? Heroism may be displayed by people in different dimensions of life. And as a matter of fact, I feel Heroes Day should be a day that is politically neutral. Not October 19th. It could be any day in the calendar that is politically neutral. Because a hero can be a hero not only politically, but in many other dimensions of Grenadian life. Like, for instance, I said that Alan Francis, definitely, his performance is heroic. He can be a national hero. People might be heroic in terms of their profession, what they have contributed to society, how they have helped to build society, or build a community, or help people in a significant way. It doesn't have to be political. And to associate a day of sorrow and horror with Heroes Day, this is totally absurd. And I think the government should think back on the big mistake they have made. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. 445-2041. There's also the sitting of the House of Representatives today, and certainly after To The Point, we may be carrying that for you, so certainly you could listen up. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning. Welcome to The Point.
Good morning. Thank you. Now, celebrating lives of persons that die.
Yes.
That is not necessary, except that person died and they had that relationship with Christ and know that they are going to meet Christ. That is the only way you celebrate that death of stuff. But other than that, celebration of for somebody die, we're celebrating. What you're celebrating? Except they die in Christ. That is the only way to celebrate. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. 435-2041, 435. Let's go back to the phone line. I'm guessing some misinterpretation of Heroes Day and October 19th and stuff from individuals, but let's hear what this another caller has to say. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Telesford. Greetings. Trusting that all is well in your corner. Listen, I hear the passion in your two previous callers, and last night on a program that was aired on your network was also rather interesting. It demonstrates to a great extent how confused our people at the leadership role and otherwise are relative to what is happening. I concur fully with the two previous callers. Heroism. Do we commemorate heroism or do we celebrate? You see, I'm a man. I believe, quote unquote, words only belong to their context. I learned since I was a child that there was a difference between commemoration with a generic verb, mark, and celebrate. You celebrate with joy and contentment, but you commemorate solemn occasions. You can't mix them, but Ed has no business in Rockstone dance and vice versa. We changed a couple weeks ago. Or we pulled out from that date, the 19th, the issue related to the beginning of the celebration of independence. But we put back another one. Now, the questions have been asked by the previous caller and the people last night. Which one are we really dealing with? Let's get this straight. I have absolutely no problem marking, commemorating that solemn day in our history. Unfortunately, but it happened. That is not that would have happened. No, that happened. And it is our duty to commemorate it. But our previous leaders over the past 30, 40 years decided to go with the one that was imposed upon us. We must celebrate our freedom and our liberation from the mighty, almighty United States criminal war machinery. And what of the other brothers and sisters in Grenada? Those who fought fighting for their country because they were taught to do it, or they were paid for, as a matter of fact, and the patriotism. Who pays attention? Aren't they heroes too? Clearly, but they're lying in the cemetery in St. George. Nobody pays any attention to them. We cannot mix the both. This knee-jerk action that is being taken by these chaps and some people. As a matter of fact, it seems to me that these people don't even know the history of this country, or they're not pretty clear on it. So we have to look after what is happening tomorrow is a mockery. And we cannot celebrate a hero's day with no. Where is the list of heroes, my dear brothers and sisters? Where is that list? Who selected them? Question posed. Nobody wishes to answer that. Who selected these heroes? What are the criteria? Key thing, who knows? Will it continue to be a secret thing and so on, as it is being done up to now and has been done for how many years, quote unquote, 50 years of political independence, where the king today, before the queen, now the king high and mighty makes a decision. And how does that coincide? How is it correlated? Who will do the king have to, what we call, authorize the publishing of this list? This thing is confusing. The people of this here country have a right, as individual members and collectively, have a right to know what is happening, to make inputs on defining whether or not there shall be a day for the commemoration of the sad moments of our history, or whether there should be a celebration of our history, because I understand that you celebrate heroes. It is not the only part. As a matter, more than 150 countries of the world have this activity. But that day, and Mr. Marshall said it correctly, this has to be non-partisan. This has to be a patriotic effort, a national effort, without political parties and special influences. No, that has to end in this country. We continue to make the same mistakes of the past, and that has to end in this here country. Thank you very much, Mr. Telesford, and have a nice day. Will you, sir?
Same to you, sir. 435-2041. It's open line this morning here on To The Point, and I can feel the passion that has been expressed by people's the contributions this morning. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning. Caller, good morning. Welcome. Guess no one is there. 435-2041. 435-2041. That's the number if you want to be part of To The Point this morning. And we're going to take this caller, and then we drew for a break. We'll take a break just after this particular caller. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Well, yeah, absolutely will not celebrate, because the fact remains, what am I celebrating? The United States of America.
Well, it's actually National Heroes Day on the 19th. You're not.
No. I'm talking about both days, the 25th and the 19th.
You're not going to celebrate be part of any of those days.
But you see the thing about it, I cannot celebrate that America come to Grenada and destroy the Grenadian people. What am I celebrating? And
well, the 25th is deemed Thanksgiving Day, as it is deemed on the 25th. I say the 25th is deemed as Thanksgiving Day.
We cannot have Thanksgiving. What we thank him? We not thank him nothing, because the thing about it, these people come to Grenada and destroy us. Are we celebrating it? At the same time, they were going to Beirut, because I remember they had a bombing day, and they sent this 2-pound food bag to Beirut to go and deal with the case. And instead of they go to Beirut, they turn and they come here. I'm so sorry about that. And secondly, the program last night, I totally agree with Ursula, Mr. Oh God, I forgot your name, from Happy Hill. With Antoine, we should celebrate here as a hero, and Jackie Bailey.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. We drew for a break. Let's take it. And when we come back, we do entertain more of your calls and other contributions you may like to make when we come back after the break. Stay with us here on To The Point.
Campeche, new from Grenada Distillery. Join the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives for the observance of World Food Day celebrations October 16th to 20th, 2023 under the theme Water is Life, Water is Food, Leave No One Behind. Monday, October 16th, the Minister's Address to the Nation and panel discussion dissecting the issue of water management and sustainability. Tuesday, Eating Water campaign with the distribution of water-based foods at strategic locations throughout Grenada. Wednesday and Thursday, virtual engagement on water management and the blue economy. The town of Grenville will then come alive on Friday, October 20th. Official ceremony, grand exhibition, and culture show. World Food Day celebrations 2023, embracing all in the sustainable management of our water resources, celebrating our farmers, vendors, agro-processors, and value chain partners. World Food Day celebrations, October 16th to the 20th, 2023.
On October 19th, 2023, Grenada pauses in solemn reflection and commemoration on our first National Heroes Day. Grenadians everywhere are asked to join in all the activities which begin at 9 a.m. with an ecumenical service at the National Stadium. Come out and honor our loved ones through prayers, heartfelt tributes, and the soothing harmonies of the PBC choir. Listen for the church bells toll in unison across the nation at 1 p.m. and in collective reverence, pay our respect with a minute of silence. As the day closes, we gather with our candles on the carronage at 7 p.m. for a light tribute in final homage to those no longer with us. Let us remember and honor our loved ones together on National Heroes Day, October 19, 2023. Please contact your local parliamentary office to arrange transportation.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers. It's To The Point here on Classic Radio and GBN TV. Good morning to my social media audience. Also, those of you via our Facebook page, YouTube channels. Good morning. And I'm seeing lots of comments. I will be getting to the comments, interesting comments thus far on the Facebook page. I will certainly get to that shortly. Let's entertain a caller before we go to the Facebook page and get some of the comments. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, GT. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, sir. How about you?
Yes, I would just maybe, I have to say maybe on behalf of my friends, on October 19, 1983, there were people that right now they are being classified as murderers.
Yes.
But also on that day, they were heroes. I had an acquaintance who lost his life on the fort, who was shielding and protecting school children, and he got shot.
Yes.
I lost two of my dear friends. They were executed, and a couple of the other acquaintances I had executed. Even a former schoolmate, Fitzroy Bain, executed. There were heroes on the fort on the 19th. There were a group of nurses who literally sacrificed their lives to protect people. One of the persons protected went on to be a government minister. He was hidden in the hospital. So they were heroes. And they were like, the people say, they were murderers. But we're looking at it, a lot of people looking at only from the point of view who they classify as murderers. Also, we have not yet, in Grenada, have not yet bestowed the honor on anyone up to now as I speak as a national hero. There is a procedure to do so, and it's legislated. There is an act, I think, of 1994. I'm not sure on the date. It's in the laws of Grenada how someone can get bestowed with the prestigious award, like they call it, of a national hero. And we would only know that maybe on the next National Heroes Day in 2024. By then, the national heroes would be proclaimed by Her Excellency excellency, the Governor General, according to the procedure in which it's done. People speculating and they naming people, or you could name this person as a national hero and whatnot. The day has been declared, but the heroes has not yet been proclaimed. Thank you very much, GT.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that bit of clarification there, and you clarified it a whole lot in terms of how I interpreted it also. 435-2041, 435-2041. We're taking your calls. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Am I on the program?
Caller, you're live. Go right ahead, please.
Good morning again to all Grenadians. Something I just want to say. I find we Grenadians are too hypocrite and deceiving. They know all that what went on. There was a government who was in power for over 30 years, done nothing. This government come and trying to do something good, to name these people as heroes, and these people coming out like that and getting on in that way, they are too hypocrite and deceiving again. People get alive. Sit down and think what these people was trying to do for Grenada, and they slander them. We own people do it, and we own people try now to remember them in a way that we should remember them, and they get on like that. Thank you, sir. Good morning.
Thank you so much, caller. Let's take some comments from the Facebook page before we do entertain another caller this morning, and let's go and kick it off with this one and saying, let's take this one from Antonio, and he's saying, we're a bunch of hypocrites in Grenada. We have an administration who has been there for 20 years. Like this comment is like saying the same thing the caller who have just called almost a replica of what the caller had a while ago said. I love the U.S. I love the U.S. I wonder he was trying to say I live in the U.S. I think probably trying to say I live in the U.S. All right, and every September 11th, aka 9/11, been remembered with the reading of the names of those who died, and also at the time the plane hit the WTC, that's the World Trade Center, and the Pennsylvania church bells will toll around the USA, and so we go flow and make a better NYC. I guess I'm trying to get a drift of the comments. So let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Yes, GT, I come to support the person that I refer to as Philly in terms of the legislation. Even when I see, because people are not aware of history, we used to celebrate Heroes Day June 19th. Okay, that's one thing that I need to do. It's not the first time I pay attention to do Heroes Day. Mm-hmm. But I think the controversy and the people who are saying that people are hypocrites, maybe some of us are hypocrites, but I think we need to discuss. Regardless which side we are, we need to discuss this thing so that we get it right, so that in future there will be further confusion in the future generation mind.
So you're saying lack of consultation is one of the biggest problems we have in Grenada?
I think we should have more consultation, but you see some of the people are involved. Don't forget, for 40 years, there was no history of Grenada, taught in Grenada, no history, nothing. Mm-hmm. So most people, and don't forget, most of the folks are a young generation. All right, but that doesn't really excuse them. But at the same time, I don't think that what most of us are doing here are really being hypocritical. We're discussing, people have strong views. Some of it I could never accept. But one has to, allow people to air their views. But let me say this. So in 1991 or 1992, an organization I led had a major award ceremony at International Women's Day. And some of the people were part of the education system, even part of your establishment. We award them Ms. Selma Campbell and so on for the outstanding work they've done. The government then felt, led by Ms. Dr. Franciola Alexis, went ahead soon after. He took the initiative from us and went and had all these conversations, and then they created a law over that. Now, whether it was purposeful or, it was genuine, is another thing. But there's laws there. I think what we need to do is, probably we sing this, I don't think we should argue what's there on today. But I think we must mark the day, whether it's through a holiday or so, and I would say remove that, embarrassing holiday which we call Thanksgiving Day, which was part of removing even anything hero. Rupert Bishop was known as Rupert removed that and put 4 judges. But then at Bailey, all the things we removed, we need to restore those things. The puppets that was imposed on us, they thought that they were necessary to do that. And so, we need to have conversation.
All right.
We will have diverse opinions, but we need to respect one another at the same time.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. 445-2041. Let's take a comment from the WhatsApp this morning. This individual is saying, the young administration was brave enough to make that tough decisions where everyone else feared to venture. They should stick firm on October 19th. There's nothing wrong with commemorating on heroes on that date. And does everyone celebrate Christmas? So that's what that individual is saying. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning to you.
No, when they went up there, what they went to do, they had the wrong idea. This was a democratic nation. Wait till your time comes to vote and win. They had it wrong, they took it wrong, so they went the wrong way, and this brings this destructive way upon them. So, if they did it right, righteousness exalts a nation.
All right. Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. 445-2041. 445-2041. It's an open line this morning here on To The Point. 30 minutes down after the 9 o'clock hour. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, GT. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you this morning?
I'm all right. I just want to shift on another chapter. I want to speak concerning, I listen to people mention on this program and other program concerning a woman that's sleeping in the Granny Tank area. And you hear some people say that if anything happened to her, it will be bad for Grenada, or what the case may be. But I just want to see. This woman is a foreigner, right? And if she go back to she country, and she let your friends and family know, look, I sleep in a forest for over 6 months, 4 months, and nothing happened to me. The family members and friends might want to come to our country to say, well, what? You know, when you hear forest, you hear bad wolf, bad animal, and she could sleep well. Grenada is a peaceful place. So she could be selling Grenada for another part of the country, our she country. People will want to come. And I wonder how much of us that ever reach out to the woman and find out, well, what's wrong? You need a place to stay. I have a little place I could offer you. Nobody reach out to that woman to offer help. But like you hear people calling and the police like they want to remove her from there. But that woman is a worker in this country. She works here. She's an interpreter. And she have a job. And she feels comfortable sleeping in the forest in the Granny Tank. And I'm happy for that. And I'm happy for even the law not disturbing her or removing her from there. So let us find out what is the situation before, everybody complaining and wishing the worst for that woman. And listen,
Thank you.
Before I run out, I just want to say thanks to the government and thanks to the people that borrow the government all this amount of money so that we could develop our country. I want to say hats out, and I just want to say hats out to them too for having, I think, was 300 teachers and contract. And less than 1 year, they could have able to take out 100 workers and contract and place them and permanent. I know before the 4 years up, they will remove the next 200 workers and prominent. So that's a very good way to go government.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much also. Let's take some comments from the WhatsApp before we do entertain another caller. Let's take this one from Alexis Juliet. I hope I'm getting your name right. Would like to comment I think it's comment I'm seeing, but the DPP office for doing the right thing. I think it should be a commend. The right thing on the Clark's case by sending it to the Privy Council for further judicial review to appeal the local decision to release the man that murdered his wife just because a portion of the files went of course conveniently missing. We cannot just take justice in our own hands in Grenada. This is why it is good. That it's a good thing we voted against the CCJ. Let's take another comment also, this time from Antonio once again. We have people in Grenada doesn't matter what the administration doing will never satisfy, and not to say that they don't know it's good for or beneficial for the objective sake. When the past Prime Minister called election the 20th of March, no one called radio complaining, even they know that it was moved to wipe out the memory of the revolution. Everyone's tail was between their lap. Now they want to crucify the administration for taking the bold step, remembering our great Maurice Bishop and others, all hypocrites. And let's entertain another caller. Good morning. Caller, you're welcome.
Good morning, GT, and how are you
doing? I'm doing pretty well. How are you this morning?
Fine, thanks. Morning, all of Grenada. I just want to remind us. Yes, I agreed one or two of the callers who said the date may not be appropriate because it's of a political event. But at the same time, I want to say it is time for us to rewrite our history. And we have a group of persons now who is willing to do that, because really and truly nobody knows what happened on March 13th as well as October 19th. Mm-hmm. But we cling to October 25th. So I applaud October 19th, and I recognize it as Heroes Day. Okay? Because when we consider what has happened, it means if we are not willing to put aside our political differences, we are just keeping with what the U.S. wanted to do, keep us divided for all the years. Hence why the past government kept us that way. That was already discussed in Union Island when they went there many years ago. So I agree and I support October 19th as Heroes Day. And I also want Grenadians to know, last night on the program, I heard a number of names calling, but somewhere in celebrating Grenada's 34th anniversary of independence, the last administration on INMP did in fact put out a number of persons, about 12-15 of them, as heroes. So we already have a list of persons who are heroes. They had Sir Eric Gairy, who was the first hero. They have people like Leslie Sion, Leslie Pierre, and Leslie Pierre got, I don't think it was just awards for the Scout Commander, Elmer Pilgrim, Lorraine Randani, Winston James, former Commissioner of Police. You have Joel Mark and Veronica Alexis, Ursula Antwine, Mr. Shaper, and Lewis Hamilton. All these people are already in annals, and somebody could go back and check it. But for Grenada's 34th anniversary, these people were already designated as or recognized as heroes, right? So it is time that we put aside our political differences and let us work and support it, and remember a person who is admirable, a person who is idealized for courage, outstanding achievement, or qualities. These are the persons that deserve to be heroes. Forget who was communist, who was capitalist, and let us start somewhere and write our history. I went to Panama, and bad as it was with Noriega, the Panamanians recognize him. He's in the history books of Panama. Do we have our persons in our history books in Grenada? No, we don't have it. This is why I even support the idea of teaching Grenada history in our schools, so our young people will have an appreciation for who our heroes are, and forget this hero and martyr conversation. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much, and definitely appreciate your contribution this morning. Folks, we due for a break. Let's take it, and we're coming right back after the break.
Join us, Grenada.
National Lotteries Authority is a proud sponsor of many cultural activities within the Tri-Island state of Grenada.
My name is Anderson Matheson, also known as Leftist, and I'm a calypsonian and string band music player from Carrico. I support the games of the National Lottery Authority because culture benefits tremendously. Annually, the NLA supports the Carrico and Pittimatney Carnival, the Carrico String Band Music Festival, and all regattas, among other activities. When I play the game of the NLA, I can see where my money goes, and it's an investment into our culture.
Yes, Grenada, when you play the games of the NLA, you enable us to invest in the skills and talents of our people in the areas of sports, culture, and nation building.
Introducing the NIS Dream Loan, where possibilities are boundless and your aspirations are our priority. No matter where life takes you, NIS Dream Loans are here to make your dreams a reality. From purchasing your first plot of land or dream property to renovating spaces, building your home, and seamlessly switching mortgages, we cater to every step of your journey. And here's what sets us apart. We offer easy financing options with competitive interest rates, quick approval processes, and flexible repayment terms. So why wait? Apply now and let our dedicated NIS team guide you through this exciting journey. Visit nisgrenada.org/dream loan or call 440-3309 to book an appointment. Terms and conditions apply. Your dream awaits.
Welcome back, listener. Welcome back, viewers. It's To The Point, open line this morning. 20 minutes moving up before the top 10. Let's go back to the phone line. It's an open line this morning. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning with your contribution. Go right ahead. Good morning to you, caller. Caller, good morning. Yes, caller, go right ahead, please.
Yes, good morning. My contribution this morning is that I would have preferred to see March 13th designated National Heroes Day and not October 19th. There's nothing to celebrate on.
And your reasons for?
March 13th is a day for celebration. And next year would make it 45 years since that glorious revolution. And we have not yet started to celebrate as a people. And I think National Heroes Day would have been more appropriate on March 13th. In 1951, when the TUC was formed, it was formed on March 13th. March 13th, the revolution, and the heroes, Canadian heroes, should be celebrated, and I think March 13th would be more fitting than a sad day in our history. Thank you.
All right, thank you also, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution. 435-2045. 435-2045. That's the number if you want to be part of To The Point. Caller, we welcome you. Good morning.
JT, you know, there's a song by scholar, dotishness and stupidity. That's what reigns. I tend to kind of agree with not everything the last caller said, but in a kind of way. I don't know how and what it is that we're celebrating. What stupidness is that? National heroes, this? What? I can't understand. What constitutes a hero? What is the definition of a hero? What acts of heroism did these people commit on the foot? You want to tell me two people have a confusion and they kill one another? Is that something that we have to be celebrated about? Is that something that we have to be proud about? This is the darkest day in Grenada's history. I hear the government talk about some stupidity about this is a day of reflection. Chicky, I used to work in the bank. I used to work in a bank called Barclays Bank. That's one of the most prestigious and the prominent bank, the biggest bank in the world at that time. Well, Barclays Bank gone now. And it went to Post Caribbean. I and Marie was up on the fort because Barclays Bank is at the bottom of the fort. And if I tell you what I see, people bottom come out, people eyes come out. Is that something that you tell people to reflect and to rejoice and celebrate about? What nonsense is that? This is not a time for people to remember that. This is time for people to erase that memory. These people was the most evil people that come out under the sun. What are you saying to your children that is good to solve conflicts by violence and idolize and glorify people? These people are not heroes. Those school children that got killed on the floor, yes, children that did get killed, because I see when Morris was supposed to be in the Market Square, they had prepared everything for Morris at the Market Square. Morris left the Market Square and he went up, he passed up in front of Barclays Bank where I was walking, and he got up on the fort. The fort is the headquarters of the Revolutionary Army, where you have all the ammunition. Why did he go up there? Probably if he had stayed in the market where he was supposed to address the people, because the people was waiting. I went down there, the people was waiting. Instead, he chose not to go there. He go up on the fort, and that's the confusion. The problem is that they had a problem between these two people. One couldn't accept joint leadership, the other confusion. When Morris came in, Morris used a gun he came in violently. Morris lived by the sword. He died by the sword, and the whole revolution was characterized by evilness, wickedness, and atrocities, and people cannot understand that. Why? All you don't understand that.
All right, caller.
Evil person.
Thank you so much, caller.
Right.
Thank you so much. 435-2041. That's the number to be part of the program this morning. You know, some folks would say October 19th is a sad day in the history of Grenada. Also, there are individuals who will say March 13th is also a sad day in the history of Grenada. And the caller did said about erasing that. I don't think it's something that we as a people will want to erase. You know, you want to erase. Whether it was a sad day or not, you would not like to erase such a memory. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, I agree with the comment earlier. Someone was, commending the DPP on sending that case where the man killed his wife and put her in a suitcase. Mm-hmm. And because a bit of the files went missing, he was released and the case was dismissed. And I really think it's just good legal decision that the DPP office went and sent that case back to the Privy Council in England for review, and it's being looked at again, and Mr. Clark will be re-evaluated. So I really think that was good news last night in the news. Also, someone needs to take a look at what's going on Grooms Beach in Point Celine. There is a major hotel, well-known hotel, building another branch right on the beach in violation of our law that says you must not build closer than 165 feet from the high water mark. That is a building code. It is a violation. That hotel was reprimanded for doing the same thing on Grand Anse Beach, and the public down in Point Celine and all over wants to know why that hotel is allowed to build another hotel down on Portishead Beach in Point Celine, which we call Grooms Beach, right on the sand. We need to look at that. These 5-star millionaire hotels must not come into Grenada and violate our plans and take away our beaches from us, and we sit back and let it go by. Who in physical planning is allowing this to get by? And regarding October 19th, that should never be a holiday. I do not understand why we are having two holidays celebrating the same event. Choose the 19th or choose the 25th. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you also for your contribution this morning. 435-2041, 435-2041. It's an open line this morning. We're moving up to 10 minutes before we wrap today's program. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you this morning?
Not too bad. Does National Heroes Day is totally about the revolution?
I think not. I think it's heroes in general. If I'm getting the information right.
Well, right. That should be what people that make meaningful contribution to this country's development. Why it is that we, as a people, believe that this thing is totally around the Grenada Revolution?
Well, I'm assuming it because of the actual day that they want to have it. You know, sometimes folks focus on one thing more than the other. October 19th, and we understand it's because of what happened on that date of the revolution. I think that's what the focus is more or less surrounding that. You understand?
But we have so much religious holidays. You don't hear people talking about it. We as a people, we need to educate ourselves so much more. And, we make so much a negative criticism about positive things. It's amazing how we'll survive in this country. We want to ask you a question. They would like to know if you're going down the road, but they're asking you if you don't go in. Come on, we as a people, we need you don't hear laugh. It's amazing. Listen now, carefully. They want to know where you're going, but they ask me if you don't go in. It's amazing. My brother, I really hope we as a people stop, reflect, and start seeing life in a different form.
Thank you, caller.
Okay.
Thank you so much. 435-2041, 435-2041. Let's entertain another caller. You're welcome, caller. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, caller, go right ahead, please. You're live.
All right. Talking about, they say you don't have work in Grenada, but to be honest with you, I see you have work in Grenada. They say caregiving position. They have a lot of work, like say Grand Coda, the way they train the Imani, they could use them for job training. They could use them in the Grand Coda section where they have the elderly. They would need people to help the elderly. If it's twice a week, 3 days a week, or whenever they could send them up, because you see, you're paying the Imanis when they sit down home on the boat, and they could use them for taking care of the elderly people when they say they don't have a job in Grenada. They have a job in Grenada. So tell Grenadians, don't say you don't have a job. You have a job. Let them make use of the little help they could do with Grand Coda and other. They can make the Imani while they sit on the boat, paying them the $800 or the $600. They could use them to do the little job training still, to do the caregiving. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. 435-2041, 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line this morning. 10 minutes left. Make that 8 minutes left on today's program. Good morning to you. How are you this morning?
Yes, I am very well, thanks, by the grace of God. I am seeing the committee's list of events for the day as contributing to the confusion. Because why are we tolling bell for heroes? Why? Yeah? So I am seeing that as contributing to the confusion that is there. The list of events for the day. And another thing, a caller said suggested that it should be March 13. I want to remind him that March 13 was a very bad day for the other side.
Yes.
Yeah, the people on Geary side. March 13 was a very, very sad day for them. Not too long ago, a man was on a call-in program saying, today is the day that young men marched into my home and snatched me. That was during the revolution. Early during the revolution, he was just in his boxers and put him in prison because he was a Garyite. So we want to be fair to all people. We want to be fair, yes, because one Calypso say Grenada belongs to all of us. Yeah?
All right,
thank you.
Thank you so much for your contribution as always. 435-2041, 435-2041. Interesting conversation this morning, folks. Certainly interesting conversation. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
I must say, there is a mismatch between October 19th and the name of the holiday, National Heroes Day. What happened in October 19th was an atrocity. National Heroes Day should not be a political day. And National Heroes Day has nothing to do with October 19th. October 19th was a sad day in our history, and we should try to avoid associating our heroes with that day. Straightforward.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller, for your contribution as always. Also, 435-2041, 435-2041. We still have time to entertain a couple more calls. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, GP.
Good morning to you.
GP, from what I'm hearing, Grenada is confused. My advice: nobody knows the future. when in October 1983, we didn't know that what would be happening now would have happened, and this confusion with National Heroes Day. And I tend to agree with those who feel these heroes, national heroes, should not be a political something. March 13th is political, and it's a doomsday. That was when Grenada was massacred by its own self. Okay, so to conclude, I think all the Thanksgiving and whatever, that should take place when, on the 25th, when God rescued Grenada from itself. Because we don't know what would have taken place had there not been an intervention. Because we killed all the prime minister, whether he was legit or not, he was the prime minister, and we killed him. We killed other people. People jumped to the death. I stood up in the church street and I saw somebody jump from the fort, and a bullet seemed to hit the person. You could see how their body shook before they fell. It's not a good day. It's a good day. You have to remember our history, yes. But as a national heroes, we're confusing people because it looks like if we're celebrating the murderers, or if we're celebrating, we don't know. It's kind of confusing. So what I would advise Grenadians to do, this is the time to seek God. This is the time to seek the Creator. Ask God for forgiveness, repent of our sins, and let God take Grenada forward. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning here on To The Point, folks. And I have some information here, folks, that I would like to read. I'm reading from my cell phone, so forgive me if I'm looking down a wee bit. And this letter comes from this is an open letter from the, of course, regarding the function of the National Organization Committee of the, and it goes like this as follows. Let me see if I can get that information out to you. Let me take this caller while I try to sort that information out a wee bit. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, hello. Good morning. Please indulge me. I think listening to the conversation, the back and forth, and the different views, it's all a matter of perspective. Now, for example, Miss Aben, she proudly boasted that she worked with Barclays Bank. Now, Barclays Bank was implicitly facilitated the slave trade by lending money to slave traders to go to Africa to bring them down to the West Indies, right? Later, they became a slave owner. Afterwards, Barclays and the bank, they started with what they earned from the slave trade. Unfortunately, some of us, we work with them and we're proud of it. It's a matter of perspective. There are people who would not be proud to be associated with Barclays Bank due to what they did to our forefathers with the slave trade. But then again, I repeat, it's a matter of perspective. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. 445-2041, 445-2041. I'm still trying to get that bit of information throughout this morning before I wrap the program up this morning. Let's entertain another caller while I get this move over to my screen. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
DT, I just came back here to inform Grenada. The last caller is making a very important point for the bank, but I'm not going on that route. I just basically called to say, if we are considering and fighting over a day and what has happened, when Emancipation Day comes, what happens? We go back to slavery. Mm-hmm. We go back to slavery, so it is history. So let us remember it is history, folks. It's gone already. Otherwise, forget celebrating slavery, emancipation every year when it comes around. Just forget it if we're making fuss and fight over a day that is designated to recognize heroes. We do not know who the heroes are because Morris Bishop, according to what was done at the 34th anniversary, was a hero. That's why they renamed the airport. I gave a few names earlier on, so go back and check it. It wasn't just awards, but persons who are already recognized as heroes in the annals of Grenada's history book.
All right. Thank you so much. And this is an open letter to Her Excellency regarding the function of the National Organization Committee, the National Honors and Act. That's the National Honors and Awards Act, Chapter 204A. And the letter goes as follows. We trust this letter would of course find you in the robust health and spirit. As member of the Independence Caucus of Constitution Reform, we extend our respectful greetings to you. We of course, esteemed family and intelligence. Let's just leave that part off as we can move through for a process of time. In the wisdom of the Act, confer upon the Office of the Governor General solemn non-partisan responsibility of administration national awards. This function symbolizes the nation's respect for merit, gallantry, and also the duty to stipulate the faults under the preview of the Chancellor of Order and designate the instance of the absence. Furthermore, the Acts also established the National Awards Advisory Committee, comparison of various representatives, to ensure that the broad spectrum of the broad spectrum of inputs and the decision-making process are non-partial, involving to our knowledge. The legislation is in question has been repealed or amended, which raises pertinent questions. Why is the departure from the established protocol? And it goes as follows. The Act to develop a none and undermine the authorities of our August office, but also we further may compromise the integrity and perceive impartiality of the awards process, considering the concern respectfully implied that actually to consider. 1. Instituting an immediate review of the action of the National Organizing Committee commencing the nomination of awards in process, clarifying both within the government and the public the consultation boundaries, they govern the rules of various authorities and officers involved in the process. 3. Taking the appropriate step to ensure adherence of the National Honors and Awards Act and provisions, therefore safeguarding the sanity of our national symbols of honors. So this actually a letter was sent to the Governor General, referring to the same that a lot of folks are talking about the act that there's an act that governs in terms of how folks are honored and so forth. And that was actually a letter sent to the Governor General from, of course, one of those organizations here. Let's take a call before we wrap. We're almost out of time. Our final caller. Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning, JT.
Good morning to you.
With regards to October 19th and what happened before, the day of October 19th, for one caller to say that Maurice left the market and passed to the bank and go up on the fort, he came from house arrest. There were people in charge of the day's activities. Maurice was driven. As a student of GTVI, we were around town and in the market. So, I mean, that wasn't possible. Everybody trying to make their point and let it be fact, but let us stick to the facts.
I guess we lost that caller there for some reason or the other. And that's what we're going to have to take a wrap for today's program. Interesting conversation we had, of course, folks calling in and sharing their views and concerns. We certainly do appreciate that a whole lot. Until another edition of To The Point, folks, most likely be tomorrow. Wish you everyone a great day. Have a good one, folks. That's where I say goodbye. Be good to yourself and others. That's where we say goodbye for this edition of To The Point. Goodbye.